One of the most dangerous phases in a narcissistic relationship begins when you start aging. This is the stage where the abuse becomes even more brutal. That is when the narcissist starts making you feel small in ways you never imagined. They make you feel unwanted, undesirable, replaceable, and almost invisible. You may think, but the narcissist is getting older too, right? So, what exactly are they going to shame you for? But there is a deep reality here that many of us survivors only understand after years of damage. If someone stays in a narcissistic relationship for too long, they age much faster than they should. Their body begins to carry the cost of chronic stress. They start developing health issues. Some are diagnosed with serious illnesses. Some live with constant fatigue, migraines, autoimmune disorders, cancers, inflammation, hormonal problems, debilitating anxiety, and deep exhaustion. Their body starts breaking down under the pressure of prolonged survival. And instead of showing concern, the narcissist uses those very symptoms to humiliate them. They say things like, something is always wrong with you. You are always sick. You are always this way. You are finished. You're expired. When were you ever normal? It has always been this or that problem with you. They shame you at the exact point where you're already suffering. They turn your pain into a reason to devalue you even further. What nobody explains is the real cause behind your condition. You did not reach that state on your own. You reached it because of that person. You reached it because of years of stress, sleepless nights, emotional torture, walking on eggshells, carrying the house, carrying the children, carrying the finances, carrying the emotional labor, and carrying responsibilities that should never have fallen on one person alone. At the same time, the narcissist may appear younger than their age, which happens in some cases, healthier than expected, or at least you, and strangely untouched by the relationship. There is a reason for that as well. In many ways, they have fed off your youth while preserving their own energy. Look at everything you did for them. You carried the burden of the home, like I said, you took care of the children. You absorbed the pressure. In many cases, they took your money, time, peace, and your emotional energy. While you were lying awake in distress, they slept peacefully. While your nervous system was collapsing under pressure, theirs was benefiting from the responsibilities they had shifted onto you. That is why they may appear fit, energetic, and unaffected, while you look tired, worn down, and overwhelmed. And then they use that contrast to shame you more, even more as days pass. They mock your gray hair, they mock your weight gain, they mock the changes in your body, they mock your tiredness, mock the very damage they helped create. This is why this stage becomes extremely dangerous. The abuse does not soften with age. In almost all cases, it becomes worse and more vicious. You will also notice something else. As narcissists grow older, many of them seek younger people to date, to flirt with, or surround themselves with. That becomes another weapon. It is not just about attraction, it is about psychological cruelty. It's about making you feel old, disposable, and easily replaceable. They want you to feel like an expired product, as if your worth has passed its deadline. They want to stand next to youth and use it as a mirror to make you feel smaller. They want to silently communicate, look how many people still want me. Look how healthy I am, while making you feel like you are fading into the background. They stop acknowledging you properly. They make you negligible. They make you feel as though your presence no longer matters. And that is why this phase of the relationship can become one of the most psychologically devastating. Hi, I'm Danish, a narcissistic abuse recovery professional. Welcome to my channel. In this episode, we're going to talk about 5 disturbing ways a narcissist acts when their partner starts aging. Number 1, they give you zero support when your health starts breaking down. This is one of the cruelest things that happens in this phase. Because of prolonged exposure, as I was saying, to chronic stress, In this devastating situation, your health takes the toll. It starts deteriorating. This does not happen for no reason. Your body has been fighting the battle I talked about for a very long time, the battle that it should have never had to fight. You were not living in peace. You were living under constant tension, fear, unpredictability, and emotional pressure for years. And when the body is forced to live like that for too long, it starts collapsing slowly and internally. This is where serious health problems begin to show up. You may develop autoimmune conditions. You may go through major health crises. Sometimes it becomes cancers of the blood, the immune system, the digestive system, and other parts of the body. The body begins to pay the price for a war it was never meant to fight. And instead of understanding that your body broke down because of what you were forced to carry, the narcissist uses your suffering against you. A healthy partner would never act like this. A healthy partner would show up. They would be there for you. They would be torn apart seeing you in that kind of pain. They would do everything they could, day and night, to help you recover. They would take your suffering seriously. They would try to lighten your burden. They would stand beside you in hospitals, in treatment centers, in emergency situations, and in moments when you're terrified for your life. But do they do that? No. The narcissist does the opposite. They not only abandon you, they torture you while you are already suffering. They use taunts, malicious comments, digs, and smirks. They can even demand sex just hours after your major surgery. And this is not me giving you an exaggerated example. This happens every single day. So many people out there get to experience this. They say things that make your pain even worse. They act as if your illness proves something ugly about you. They may say, see, this is exactly who you are, who you always have been. You always were ill. This is my bad luck. This is how you destroyed my life. And on top of that, they make themselves the victim. They act as if your illness destroyed their life. So while you are struggling to stay alive, they turn your pain into their performance. And that brings us to number 2. They financially exploit you and then shame you for needing help. This is another brutal point in this phase. A lot of people reach this stage of life with less energy, less health, and sometimes less ability to work the way they once did. Some retire, some become weak, some become dependent because their health no longer allows them to function the same way. But survivors of narcissistic abuse reach this stage already emptied out. They are left penniless. Why? Because their resources were systematically exploited, extracted, blackmailed from them, or they were never ever given a fair chance to earn in the first place. That is a reality for a lot of us. Your financial life was never allowed to become stable and free. Either your money was taken or your confidence was broken. Possibly your opportunities were blocked and your entire life was built in a way where you had to remain dependent on that narc. Then when age and health make you more vulnerable, what happens? The narcissist offers no safety. They give zero financial support and then treat the survivor like a burden for needing it. And this is where the shame becomes unbearable. They mock you as if spending money on you is some huge injustice. They behave as if helping you is a punishment. They say things directly or indirectly that make you feel like a burden they have been forced to carry. They act like you were always a taker before and now you are taking even more. And again, that is what makes this stage especially evil. They create the dependency and then shame you for having it. Number 3, they isolate you further and turn the children against you. You may be already deeply exhausted by life in this relationship. You may have lost your patience after years of pain. You may be more reactive than before. You may be hopeless. Depression can make a person desperate. When somebody has been pushed beyond their limits for years, their nervous system does not stay calm and polished. They may sound tired, angry, emotional, or broken, and the narcissist uses that against you all the time. They take your desperation and weaponize it. They use your reaction as proof that something is wrong with you while hiding everything that pushed you to that point. They create the wound, then point at the bleeding and say, look how unstable the person is. That is how the narrative gets twisted. Instead of people asking what this person has been through, what do? They are made to look like the crazy. They are made to look like the crazy old man or the crazy old woman who has lost their mind. And then they go a step further. They turn the children against you. They shape the story in a way that makes you look like the difficult one, the unstable one, the impossible one. They make it seem like you are the source of the chaos. By this point, the children themselves may also be exhausted by the cycle. They may be so fed up and so tired that they do not want to stay closely connected to either parent. They may pull away because the whole environment feels toxic and heavy. They may need distance just to protect their own minds. And that is what brings us to number 4. This is the stage where the discord becomes open, shameless, and humiliating. The narcissist may be still active, still chasing attention, and still hungry for validation during the stage. So instead of hiding what they're doing like before, they don't hide things anymore. They begin doing things openly. They go out and cheat on you. They cheat in front of you. They rub it in your face. They slam it in your face as if your pain means nothing. There is no shame, no care, no softness. They want you to see it. They want you to feel it deeply. And one of the most humiliating parts is that they begin associating themselves with younger people. They do that very deliberately. It is not random. It is done to send a message. It is done to show you how attractive they still are, how wanted they still are, and how unworthy they want you to feel in comparison. By this point, because of years of stress, abuse, sleeplessness, and survival, you may have gained tons of weight. You may look much older than your actual biological age. You may feel like your body has carried 1,000 storms. And instead of caring about the damage they helped create, they use it to shame you even further. That is what makes this stage so blood boiling and terror striking. They make you feel not just worthless, but disgusting. They make you feel like a piece of trash that no longer belongs there. They make you feel like you have no value left. It's not only betrayal, it is humiliation with intention. It is cruelty planning. They want you to compare yourself. They want you to feel discarded before they even fully leave. They want your body, face, age, and your stress to become proof in your own mind that you have been completely replaced. Number 5, after everything is settled, they still come to take what is left. That is in their nature. The discard often happens at a time when many things in life have already been built. Maybe you were earning before. Maybe the home was established. Maybe property, finances, and stability were created over many years. Maybe everything was settled because you spent your life helping to build it together. But because of systemic narcissism and institutional narcissism, when the final split happens, they come and say, I need 50% of everything, and unfortunately, they're granted. They just take it with no shame, no judgment, no fairness, no justice. That is what makes this point so hard for survivors to swallow. After everything they already took from you emotionally, physically, mentally, and financially, they still come for what is left. They still want their portion. They still feel entitled to it, and it does not make any sense at all. It does not matter how much you may have given already. They need every single bit. It does not matter who suffered more, sacrificed more, or lost more. They still arrive like a bottomless pit, willing to exhaust you in every single way and leave you with nothing but bitterness. Unfortunately, it's not all roses in every single case. Sometimes we lose a lot, and that is what requires proper grieving and acceptance, which is exactly what I can help you do in my workshop, my masterclass called How to Break Your Trauma Bond with a Narcissist, happening on April 4th, tomorrow, and the last time this year. Book your spot right now. Link is in the bio. With that, let's bring this episode to an end. I will talk to you in the next one. Until then, as always, let the healing begin and continue.